saying, hey.
Oh, like for the intro?
Yeah, and then one person done.
Okay, bet. Alright, bet. Like hey in unison, like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, just like what's up, or I don't know.
Okay. Alright, so
Just do it.
are we gonna have like a saying? Like
No,
yo, what it is.
No, I think we should say what's up everybody, wide shot, then cut to this one person.
Okay.
It's the background noise part, that type of thing. If
Alright.
that makes sense.
Alright, got you. Okay. On 3, y'all ready?
Yes. What's up everybody, right?
Yeah, what's up everybody?
We
Alright.
should put all of this on it, by the way.
Absolutely. Okay, so Tay, you're leading out, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can.
Alright. 1, 2, 3. What's up?
Hey, everybody. My fault.
What's up everybody? I wasn't ready.
No, it's okay. Could you hand me my phone too, Chris? Alright, thank you.
Everybody have their drugs? You need yours?
Oh, damn.
All right. We all have her.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Look at them.
the notes
Heads
are
down.
definitely just smacked.
I need to watch Social Dilemma again. I don't know if you guys ever watched that documentary.
Oh, yeah.
It's life changing.
Bet.
I can put my phone down.
I feel like
Yeah.
how that
We
was
did.
for you is how What the Health was for me.
Mm.
Until I allowed myself to suppress it
Yeah,
to
I
start
was about
eating
to say, Derek,
healthy again.
You were healthy when What the Hell came out.
Not really.
Really?
I mean, yeah, like the one that always sticks out to me is the eggs. They said an egg is like 6 cigarettes.
Yeah. But you know why I said that, though? I said that because you were vegetarian when it came out. That's why.
Mm.
I can't
True.
always associate the
Wow,
two.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Background Noise Podcast. We are in person today. We know it's been a minute, but we're here today for you guys. This episode, we're just going to be chopping it up about current events and navigating life in our 20s. And I hope you guys enjoy. You know what's really pissing me off
What's
about
that?
this stuff?
What's that?
Is the people who have so much to say about politics or the election and are not voting, or not even not voting, but they're not researching anything. And I've had to I try not to argue about politics, but I've had to catch myself I have to respect your views,
Yeah.
but also it's I feel like I need to educate you, but not from my point of view, if that makes sense.
Yes, from a general standing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's respect. I feel like this is probably the first time in my life. Oh, scoot back. I feel like this is the first time in my life where I'm actually this locked in on politics.
Yes.
And I'm actually paying some kind of attention.
Yeah, because it's affecting us now.
Nah, for real. I'm paying taxes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I find myself, too, only knowing half of the stories. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to definitely, look up what's the whole story in terms of her past as a politician and stuff like that. But, yeah, that's really bothering me.
Yeah, I feel like we all know that you can't really trust the media. And that's
Not at
and
all.
I'm not doing my own research. So it's I can't be willfully ignorant.
It's just right on your fingertips, though. It's just wow.
Like, y'all hear Buddy on Fox News the other day said, men that vote for women are basically transitioning. Which was hilarious, but he was dead ass. He wasn't no joke.
And what's crazy about that, how I feel is, it's not only because she's a woman, at least for me. It's also because not because she's black, not only for those two things, but because she has a law degree. I don't know how that's a thing in the United States where you can just be a president without a law degree.
Oh, you're saying she does not have a law
No,
degree?
Donald Trump does not have a law degree.
Right.
He's not even a lawyer.
He's a businessman.
Indeed.
Yeah, but at the same time, I see, but not.
No. I mean, I think being a businessman can work for politics. I don't think it'll work better than being someone who went to school for law. But at the same time, I mean, you're running a country, you're going to be dealing with a lot of things. I mean, if you're a businessman, you're dealing with the tax and economy side of the country. And if you're a law a lawyer, someone dealing with the law. You're dealing with that judicial, law side. So it's like, but also from what I feel and have seen, it seems like lawyers are also good businessmen, and businessmen and women are usually decent with understanding the laws around things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the two kind of go hand in hand. Obviously, I'm leaning towards Kamala more than anything. But.
Definitely. And I think for me, like it's so funny because at first it was like, a woman. I understand that's not common, but we've had a woman run before, and I didn't hear too many sexist jokes about Hillary.
Yeah.
I didn't hear much about her being a woman. I just heard liberal this, liberal that. Email this, email that. Mm-hmm. They never attacked her being a woman.
That's true.
They never attacked,
They were calling her a lesbian.
Well, that's funny. I actually kind of like that joke.
Nobody called her a cuck.
No. I feel like that's more men. I feel like when a woman watches, everybody likes that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, dude watching
I think the pandemic...
Unless it's two women that he is watching, then it's less weird if you're the dude, but...
It's still weird because you're not getting involved.
Yeah.
I could. Oh.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. Actually, no, I won't be honest with you. Because I'm not a single person, so...
I feel like... Since it's all women, I think I would enjoy that.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could see how a man would enjoy watching two women, at least initially. Not the whole time, but initially.
Yeah.
It's mad teasing going on. My whole thing is like, I just feel like you're wasting a lot of energy. You might as well just open up your laptop and get to. I mean, 'cause that's the same thing, except it's with your women.
It's different, though.
Obviously it's different.
I mean, the whole idea around that, I don't want to say I understand, but when you're in public and someone wants your girl.
For sure.
See?
But they've gone beyond wanting. They have her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That is true.
I mean, obviously it's different if I'm watching two women. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw some tweet. It was like, I'm in a poly relationship and my partner lets me pick out their panties before they go. And she looked up who the guy was, and he's like what are those people who do the fossils?
Oh, archaeologist?
Yes.
I'm scared.
And the underwear had dinosaurs on it.
That's so nice.
Right. And
the other partner is thoughtful.
Exactly. And somebody quoted it and was like, I would count grass before I would be picking out underwear. And he's an archaeologist.
I'll eat these jeans.
He sees dinosaurs on there. That is crazy. You're setting your partner up.
Hey, but that's some 21st century shit.
I kinda like it. I kinda like it. Like, yeah, go. Woo!
That's cool for someone that's not my wife.
Yeah. That is true.
That's not the mother.
I'm like, those poly relationships are basically long-term friends with benefits.
You know what I've been thinking about though? Polygamy. Mm-hmm.
Which is the marital version.
Yes. And I've been thinking about that a lot recently. And I'm wondering, and obviously I'm not being serious, but I've been wondering, am I open to that? 2, 3 wives?
I think it's cool right until the honeymoon phase is over or their periods start to sink. Then what?
I'll just leave for a minute.
Oh my goodness.
You're acting like distancing. I'll go for a walk.
You're right. They can just support each other.
I'm creating a situation where I don't really have to be a husband for real. Maybe I get ones with different personalities. I get more of an assertive one. You know what I'm saying? I get more of a less assertive one, and then I get my regular degular. When I'm ready to leave the house, you know what I'm saying?
How are you not going to play favorites? What happens when they start playing favorites with each other? All of a sudden, you're getting left out.
Business is good, brother. Business is good. Well, I mean, I feel like favorites will be played in different ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cater to different, you know what I'm saying? So like one may love money. So I'm just going to, you know what I'm saying? The other may love affection. Okay, cool. The other may like, I don't know, quality time, just catering to different levels because they're not all going to be the same. These are just thoughts that pass in my head.
No.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure the guy, at least, if like all the women are, I don't know.
You have to be in great shape.
But
All the natural supplements and vitamins.
Yeah, I had a similar thought recently about it. Like, why are we not doing that? Because it's like in the Bible.
It is in the Bible. I don't think God had
and
it.
they do it in some countries in Africa. I
Yeah.
think.
It is in the Bible.
I don't think it was ideal.
But all the niggas was miserable.
Yeah.
All
Oh, really?
What?
Well, they had
Abraham.
thousands, though.
Half of his
Abraham
story is literally his wife and his mistress beefing, and then that whole line is beefing even to this day.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? David, one of his sons, fucked his daughter. They tried to the other sons tried to kill him. Like the wife begged and pleaded with him, like, make my son the heir. You know,
Well,
so like it's too much.
Isn't it like when you lay with someone, you're married to them or something like that? Or is that not true?
Yes.
Yeah, so
For
you're
sure.
just racking up bodies.
That's facts.
And those are all your.
Technically, niggas are already doing that. Technically. How do y'all feel about that soul ties thing? Let's say we're breaking down the science of soul ties. It's
Real
like,
quick, our listeners, we are coming back to politics. We've just
We may not. We just said
Yeah, you
that
never
just to
know,
confuse
yeah.
you. But like, so let's. And I'm assuming I'm correct in saying this. Y'all correct me where I'm wrong. Soul ties is when you have sex with somebody and you're literally carrying their essence with you or inside of
you're
you.
bonded. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the different people you have sex with, the more you're like basically blending souls.
It's like the Avatar thing where they hook ponytails.
It depends. I don't think that every single body is a soul tie situation. I think it depends on the type of sex at that moment.
We'll talk about that. I don't know
Like-
what that means.
like- I don't know, but for the sake of conversation, when you guys orgasm at the same time, that's like I don't know if guys do that, guys and women, but okay, yeah, at the same time, that's a soul tie. Like we are locked in.
I feel like that's a different level of soul tie.
Woo! Like oh my.
Because I feel like that is a deeper level of soul tie than me just entering inside of you. You know what I'm saying?
sure. Yeah.
So it's like, cause niggas are going, however that works. Cause I'm sorry, I'm only speaking from that perspective. Niggas are going inside of somebody. I'm entering inside of a body.
That's true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
pretty crazy.
That's insane.
That is and
Not-
some. Oh yeah.
Not surgically, but mind you, like the way it's like fitting a Lego piece together. Like the way it's it's just I don't know. I think either way.
And people are ejaculating inside of things.
And then you're
Right.
submitting into them, like you are
Right,
downloading.
but even to today's point, let's say it's not an insertion, and we rubbing fronts. You're still, I think, also that pleasure thing is also a soul tie because like no one else makes me feel this way.
But yeah, someone learning your body.
You know what I'm saying? And they know you better than anybody
They know
now
what you
because they
do.
know how to make you go.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously, to Tate's point, the better the sex, the deeper the soul tie. I forgot what my point was. Dang, I forgot why I even brought that up.
So do we suggest having a certain type of sex for a period of time, and then when you guys get closer and closer, you guys should open it up more?
Yeah, I think that I understand the soul tie point, but it's like I feel like everyone who before they became locked down like myself that was sexually active has bodies that they don't even think about. You know what I'm saying? Like people's like not saying that you have like
That's what I'm saying.
I don't say that to say that you have a fuck ton because I don't. But like it's just like, oh, that was cool, but I'm not like thinking about them all the time. Or like, oh, I miss so and so. I wish I could relive that moment. It's just like, we had a time and that was it. Maybe it wasn't over like maybe it was a one night stand, maybe once or twice, but it wasn't two. You know what I'm saying? So
I know for girls it's definitely different.
also yes,
because they just be laying on their backs. Poor girls, it's okay. I'm not lying. But yeah, and then letting someone just anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous out here in these streets.
Yeah, it is. It is. Back to politics. I do want to talk about that. Hillary Clinton didn't get the kind of sexist slander that Kamala's getting.
Right.
And I think it's so funny. White people are just now understanding that if you're black, you're black. they keep trying to do this. Oh, she was Indian first thing.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
they don't know the rule. Like one
Black
drop
is the
rule,
dominant
they-
gene.
Yeah, if and she also there's a picture with her in an Indian family. She doesn't look anything like them.
Right.
She looks like a black woman in Indian clothes
She does.
sitting
Yeah,
with an Indian
Jamaican,
family.
right?
Mm.
Or yeah, her dad's Jamaican, her mom's Indian. Like
Yeah.
Does her hair kink up? Not that matters.
I mean,
I'm
I'll
wondering.
be honest.
She probably gotta relax.
She's one of those black women that
For
straightens it
sure,
all
and
the time.
I don't even think they'd like. I don't know if they would put her as a candidate if her hair did if she was wearing that type of style because that's too black. I think.
Absolutely
Yeah, you're
I think
right.
that's
You're
too
right.
black.
You're right.
Yeah.
We're even Michelle Obama didn't wear her hair like that.
Yeah.
That's a
She got the braids when she got out of the White
Bruh,
House.
I would have loved to see Michelle.
In a kink. That sounds terrible, but
Yeah,
like in
I
that kink.
I'm
style.
stepping that up real.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
But like that's like the most. You know that and when they just cut it all off.
I think
That's
even
just
the
like-
children as well were having straight hair.
that's crazy.
Millie and Sasha.
But I feel like they're straight hair kind of black women though. If you look at them, I don't even really see them with
That's the education, going to school.
Yeah,
like,
environment,
it's-
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm just really noticing how derogatorily, if you will, people talk about black women, and they don't have that same kind of smoke for white women. Like, and even more so,
I have
like
a lot of smoke for them.
darker women.
Careful, Ted. We've been down this road before, Ted.
Like, think about Michelle Obama, the wild shit they were saying about her,
I don't.
calling her a man. What? Yes, bro. Like, yeah. And they just-
They're saying she's trans.
Yeah, they-
Yeah.
People saying that for a while. There's like a picture of Barack Obama and his brother, or like her brother or something, and they're like, "Oh, look, this is her as a man." Like, it's like, nah, it's wild, bro. And it's like they're not calling Kamala a man, but like just super derogatory.
That's not cool, bro.
Race stuff, calling her a DEI hire, which is the new N word, is DEI. That's the new nigga for sure.
What is DEI?
Diversity and Inclusion Initiative, I think. No, Diversity Equality Initiative, something like that. But every time a black person is in a position of power, they say that they're a DEI.
That's
It's the new N word. That's what it is. And
Niggas
so
can't catch a break.
and
bro.
so it's like it's wild. But what's so funny to me is Donald Trump. So Donald Trump has really met his match because black women really have something to get behind. And one thing, first of all, black women are the tastemakers. If black women like it, everybody likes it. That's number one. Number two, women in general have the highest buying power / consumption power in America. And so if women are supporting your shit will be successful. That's why Beyonce has virtually no men except for the gays. Shouts out to the gays, right? But like, you know what I'm saying? Her fan base is probably 75% women.
It's true.
And so it's like, but she can do that. Same for Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion got the woman behind her.
Yeah.
That's why men.
All the female rappers.
Exactly. The women are behind them for real in a crazy way. And so Donald Trump, and I can tell because now it's not Sleepy Joe. He can't argue with her education.
Yeah.
He can't argue with her age.
I would love to see.
He can't even argue with her experience because she's been the vice president.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, and what does he say? He's lying about stuff. Oh,
She doesn't support
this, she doesn't
Jewish
support that,
people.
Jewish people,
Her
whatever.
husband is Jewish.
All he can do is play the race card and the woman card. That's all he can do. And the tricks are getting old. They're getting
Crazy.
redundant.
Crazy.
I saw a white woman on Fox News reprimanding him for how much of a shit show his thing in front of the black woman was. And so it's like, I didn't even watch that, but like, he's really met his match. And now it's like, it's really...
Yeah.
It's really
up.
it's a game for real. Like
It's
at
a
first, I didn't have no
game,
faith in Joe
guys.
Biden, and I'll be honest, just an episode ago or two, if you listen, I definitely did not have no faith in Kamala. But I'm switching my tune. I'm switching side. Well, I wasn't on any side, but now I'm on Kamala. So
Yeah.
like, and my mom made a good point. She was like, I feel like they just told her to keep quiet because she would have outshined Joe Biden. And let's be real, a lot of black people I know was voting for Kamala anyway when they voted for Biden. So it's like,
True.
I feel like she doesn't really sit well, like campaigning wise. Like I don't think she
Yeah.
really shines with like connecting with the public.
Really?
she did good in Atlanta, but that's Atlanta. I think,
besides her natural humor and the clips that people cut up,
yeah.
I just don't see her as like
I think that
warm or I don't know. She's good like when she does like the cross examination stuff.
Yeah.
Like she's in her lawyer bag. She be doing her thing, but she just doesn't seem to me.
That's respect. She needs to hurry up and get a running mate, and he needs to be the straightest, whitest man.
Yeah, for sure.
She has to, because that's how she's gonna get like a Ohio or New Hampshire. Those
That's
random
what's Loki
swing
going to
states.
guarantee.
Yeah, you gotta get the straightest white man
And we
that
need
can play his
as
position.
many Democrats
Yeah,
in the office as possible.
yeah.
Especially, I think that because Donald Trump was before the pandemic,
Yeah.
and then Joe Biden was the pandemic. I feel like that just feels like such a long time
Yeah.
of the same two people. So I feel like she's
Something
got a lot
new.
of people's vote
Yeah.
based off her
True.
just being someone else.
That's
Trump's got to switch up the game plan.
Yeah, because we,
Yeah.
Tighten up, Trump. What you doing? Make this thing interesting, bro.
What low-key bothers me though is social media wise, I see a lot of black men. Like, it's one thing to vote for Trump, but when your reasons are like the same as all the white people, then it's kind of disappointing because your issues aren't their issues. Like, you don't face the same, like maybe economically, but they don't even talk about economics in the debates. No, they don't even talk about regular shit. They're talking about each other.
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying? They're
crazy.
bringing up
It's
the past,
crazy.
not what they're gonna do for
It's
our future.
crazy.
So it's like if you talk about principles or economics or policies, you can't even. One, your policies don't even match up with these white people for real. Like, you face different challenges, and two, you can't really name them. And so I'll be honest, I can't name them for Kamala, but I'm just picking what I think is the better of these two at this point, which is what we're all doing. But
Right.
it's just interesting because it's like it's disappointing to see our black men
Yeah,
have
I
such a
also
lack of
thought about
nuance
that,
in their thought process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she's got the white women who read a book.
Yeah, no,
That's
she's
like-
gonna get those white women. She's gonna
Yeah,
get those white women
like,
for sure.
She's got their vote. And then all these liberals these days and stuff, like, I'm confident. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty confident too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they like her.
Yeah.
They like her.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Y'all make sure y'all vote, do y'all research, man, read up.
Yes. What I need for every platform is the fact check thing that Twitter.
All of it. Oh my, that's huge. I'll be reading stuff and then the fact check will be like, yeah, this is actually not
never
true.
yeah.
Or this isn't even a picture of what the caption says.
I need
I'm like,
that
oh my
for
god.
every single thing. Like, for the Michelle Obama thing, somebody tweeted, Michelle Obama's mom died and she left all of her money to her son Michael, but there's no Michael. There's Michelle. She only has one kid.
Right.
And then I went to the thread and I was like, why would you tweet this? And she said, oh, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of
Hey,
that
man.
going on.
Have y'all been seeing like that white people create profiles but with Africans instead of
Yes,
African
I have
Americans,
seen that.
and they think we don't know the difference?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm an African American and I'm voting for Donald Trump, and it's obviously like a Nigerian dude. And people are quoting it like they think that we don't know the difference.
No.
Like, we know what each other look
They're
like.
trying to bait niggas.
Facts, like it's hilarious. But that's been going on for. They've been talking about that since like 2016. Like that's how like people were arguing that Russia and China were interfering with elections by doing stuff like that, creating profiles, posing as Americans.
Mouse trapping.
Yeah, man.
I mean, back to the black woman thing, like, I think that black people in general kind of, I feel like we're just quicker. I don't know. That's why we were the slaves. Because we were the only people, I feel like, who could be in that sun, who could work the way that we
Yeah,
do.
the Indians couldn't handle it.
And,
Shouts out
like,
to our Native American brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
Native
I just feel like we the only ones, like,
Yeah, we was physically
imagine-
built for it. That's why we're good at all the physical stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, just what Dave Chappelle say? Who was
I
it?
don't know, we're so good.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, y'all.
Wait till they figure out how to warm up the pool and black folks go be swimming.
What?
I forgot which comedian said that shit.
What?
That is ridiculous. Hey, y'all seen the Everybody Hates Chris?
They're coming out with the animated series, yeah.
Rent is due.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that.
Not rent is due.
Rent is due.
Yo.
But that's the way to go, though. I feel like that's kind of a smart investment because it's like you think about like a Family Guy or a Simpsons. They've been the same age for 30 years.
Are you talking about with the cartoons?
Yeah, and all they have to do is adapt to what's going on in current times.
I feel like it's gonna be harder just because, man, we were really messing with the real life. I would have preferred if they just got all the old characters and just put them onto with the same camera, the same because that was what.
Sometimes that hurts the show though, because
I don't think that would work.
If I feel like if Law and Order SVU can be on since 1999 and it's the same, it is copy and paste the same thing. Everybody Hates Chris can be the same way, even though that show is technically about a nigga who became a stand-up comic and he would have to low-key become a stand-up comic on the low.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock has lost so much support.
Cause of the slap.
Not because of the slap.
Oh, okay.
People
feel like he's a coon. I don't really get caught up in that because I don't really know why people say that. Like, what has he done to be a coon?
It was one specific time he was in an interview with what's the nigga that got canceled for jacking off on the phone?
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
And the guy literally said,
oh, Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
Oh.
Louis C.K. was like, so I'm a nigga. And Chris Rock went along with the joke.
Oh,
He didn't check on
That's
himself.
coon behavior for
industry,
sure.
you know.
Industry plant.
I ain't gonna lie, he's legitimately funny though. We
Well,
can't.
that doesn't mean he can't
he
be in
definitely
industry.
is
Industry
funny,
plants are still
yeah.
talented.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really feel that way about some of them.
Who? Like who?
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X makes good music, bro.
But it's not because he's super talented vocally or with being able to dance. It's production and
Are you
a bunch
sure
of
about
electronic sound.
You're
I'm
certain.
confident.
What year was?
Because we could say the same thing about Future. Future may not have the best voice in the
But
world.
Future connects to the people.
1,000,000%. You don't think Lil Nas connects to his people?
No.
Dare you gonna sit here and say you don't think Lil Nas X connects to the LGBTQIA community in any
Not
way?
for real. I mean, on my Twitter, I don't really be seeing. I see the funny Twitter memes he posts, but I don't really be seeing them ride for him like that.
I feel like if there's any reason why they don't, it's because of the way he does Christianity. That's the only reason why he probably doesn't get as much support as someone.
I'll just say I've never seen a Lil Nas X stand on my timeline on any platform.
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he can make some
he
hits.
just trolls so much.
That's what I'm saying. I think
But
he's
also-
actually makes good music.
I think a lot of artists who are dropping 2019, that 2020, the pandemic just really turned them up.
That's also because think about it.
Rich and Lil Baby.
When he didn't have the luxury of we don't have anything else to do, what happened?
Yeah, because Old Town Road went on for.
Well, Old Town Road, that wasn't
Yeah,
before the
yeah.
pandemic.
It was 2019. That's what
I'm
saying.
I'm more so suggesting that even industry plants have a little bit of talent.
Oh yeah.
Like, because there's hella artists who are only good because of the background not foolishness, but the background stuff that's going on. Like, I'm literally, Future is one of them. Young Thug is definitely one of them. Playboy Cardi is one of them. And don't get me wrong, he definitely has his movement with the people.
They have cult
You
followers.
said
That's
Sexy
cool.
Red too, right?
Sexy Red, for
But
sure.
she's got a cult. Like people love.
that's
Sexy
because
Red.
they make more appealing music than a Lil Nas
I don't
X.
even
Lil
think it's
Nas,
about the music. I think people like her.
Yeah.
and that's cool
Who
too.
likes Lil
And
Nas X as a
marketing.
person?
But that's because he's trolling. We loved him when he did Old Town Road. We loved him, but when he started doing that, it wasn't even the gay junk. It was the dancing on the devil and all of that. When he started doing that, so I don't think it has anything to do with his talent. I think that nigga's actually talented.
He might be an asshole or something. You never know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a gimmick. That's how I feel. Like,
Sure, but
feel like
gimmicks
he's
can be
gimmick.
talented. They ain't finna choose no regular Joe Schmo off the street.
I mean, maybe. I feel like I would call him an industry plant personally if I had to pick.
No, definitely that. I'm not disagreeing there.
Like I feel like Future, for example, came up organically.
That's
You
respect.
know what I'm saying? And you could even argue that Sexy Red was an industry plant, but she has organic fans.
She does.
I've never heard someone play Lil Nas X on the aux.
Nah, that's not the type of nigga I would play on the aux though. But I think
Yeah.
like I've seen people go.
All
I
the other
can't.
people we've named,
I'm saying I've seen people go. I can't wait to listen to Lil Nas X. I've seen that on Instagram. I've seen that in person. I've seen people. I remember. No, I don't remember that actually. That's a lie.
I feel like maybe we just got different algorithms then.
No, for sure. But I remember at Oakwood, somebody was like, "Yeah, I like the song about Lil Nas X," and I was like, "Whoa!" But and that's one person out of like thousands of people. Obviously, he don't got the crazy following as a Future or Young Thug or Sexy Red or whatever. But
That's respect. See, but yeah, everybody vote, man.
Yeah, please
Vote.
vote. Please vote. You know, you never know when you may need an abortion.
Yeah, for real.
You never know.
No,
you
that's
need to have
crazy.
that option. I don't know why that's
You gonna be
something-
complaining about it? And it's like that's your own fault.
If it's allowed, that's fine. Do you believe that you shouldn't have them?
That's fine.
then just don't have an abortion.
Like, live and let live.
But
please.
not to have the choice
It's crazy.
is stupid.
It's crazy.
So, but
Like-
you know, I do respect anybody's opinion.
Y'all remember the conspiracy theory that they banned it because
Because
the
white
white
women were
population,
doing-
the white population was getting too small. Because in my head, I'm like, black people be having babies.
I don't believe that.
So like that's you know what I'm saying, banning abortion
Niggas
I
was
don't
also
wanna say
getting
anything
that
crazy.
abortion for sure.
for sure. But I meant we're also
Say it,
I
say
don't
it,
want to
Tate.
say anything crazy. Bro, you be seeing those, like, more or less fortunate white families with tons of kids.
yeah
They be in the abortion clinics.
yeah.
Sure.
It'd be the people who tend to reside in trailer park homes. They be up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's not do the black community because it
Indeed.
really be, and even the little rich, the richer white women,
Yeah.
they be having
The kind that do a lot of cocaine.
affairs with people, you
I
know,
delete that fetus, man.
celebrity babies.
And the funny thing is, ultimately, those Republicans will just travel to non-Republican states to get abortions.
Exactly.
I mean, And it's like even like they're just hypocrites. They just they fall in line though. Like for example, I know that y'all seen on Twitter. Apparently, the Republican National Convention crashed Grindr, which is a gay dating app.
Yes.
Literally crashed Grindr. This Grindr posted this like.
Well, that's true about because like from what I understand there are certain groups who are behind the Project 2025, right? And they're evangelist Christians, but they've been caught,
Of course.
you know, threesomes, orgies, things like
Yeah.
that. So it's like, and you know, niggas are niggas, humans are humans. I think what makes it more frustrating is the fact that you're making these rules about, you know, sexual purity, preventing people from exercising their free right, but you're behind the scenes doing the things that you're creating a whole law against. I don't think they're going to create a law against orgies, but it's like, you know what I mean?
And at the end of the day, that lets you know, ladies and gentlemen, that it's really about power.
Oh,
It's literally
for
about
sure.
really about control.
For sure.
I low key want to talk about how white Christianity seems completely different to
It
me.
is,
It is.
completely different.
It's different on the conservative side and the liberal side of white
It's
Christianity.
just like, are we talking about the same Jesus? It just feels
Yeah.
so
It's very
weird.
different. Y'all been to white ceremonies, white church.
course.
They don't
Of
clap.
course.
They don't clap.
yeah,
They
yeah.
sometimes they only sing hymns or they don't
It's-
have drums.
I'm not gonna sit here and say it's terrible because some of it is like the ones I've experienced. I had a chance to just enjoy the quiet because I also enjoy how relaxed it is. Niggas
It
is
is
getting
nice.
coffee. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is
Little
eating
festival
orange. You see
vibe.
orange peels on the whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's dressed down. I
Yeah,
like
all
that.
the little percussion
And
music.
yeah, and I like, and it's a
Yeah, they're
cool
sitting on-
vibe.
remember
you know
Mr.
what I mean?
Fuentes used to sit on the,
bro.
Oh my god!
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
barefoot.
not all of them, but like some of them, not a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
It be them eyebrows to the ceiling.
Yeah, you know, but at the same time, they may look at us and be like, "That's too emotional. That's too much going." Because the thing I don't like about black worship is we depend on too much emotion, and
Yeah.
it sometimes can be a production.
Yeah.
So that's something that I don't like.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know,
Understandable.
I on the liberal side though, I do like that they can do little stuff like throw a frisbee. And it's
oh,
not
I
a big
love
deal.
that, bro.
Or skateboard.
Oh my goodness.
Or something
We
like
can
that.
do those things too.
No, for
We
sure.
can't. I'm just saying in our
Yeah,
culture,
no, I
even on the more liberal side, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
What's up with that?
What you mean?
I don't know. I think
Why
it's,
are we conditioned that way? Like, why are we only doing basketball and stuff? Or like,
I think we took Ellen G. White too serious. Wait, I'm sorry. You said what?
why are we only like participating in basketball?
Oh,
Or, like,
yeah.
Oh.
Same answer.
oh, I just
why
think
are there a lot of black, skaters or,
I just that just it's not a part of our culture. One,
or frisbee?
two. I would say like. I feel-
That's true. We be roasting them. Like,
yeah,
what
we
the
do.
hell am I
Look
doing
at
over there?
making fun of them. We
Tossing
do.
the frisbee.
Yeah, playing
I
spike ball.
ain't never seen a frisbee like I love watching a frisbee in the air.
No,
Yeah.
It's
don't
a
get me
beautiful
wrong.
thing.
All the white activities that I like to make fun of are actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're cool like beach activities though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna take off on a Tuesday at 3 and go disco golf.
yeah.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
people
no,
are
I'm not
into
going.
that.
I feel the same way about pickleball.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a white people activity, but it's just not something I'm gonna get down with. I'd rather just play real
I
tennis.
ain't gonna lie, pickleball is
Yeah,
fun as
I
fuck.
knew that was coming, Derek.
Like, fly, bro, try it out.
I
Bro.
believe it's fun.
It's not as like lazy as you think it is.
What
Yeah.
is pickleball?
It's like smaller tennis. It's really what it is. It's small tennis. And the thing is, you'll play pickleball and get your ass whooped. Like you'll.
I
Think
believe that.
Like
I think it's the real deal. I do think
gotta
it's the
try-
real
I'm
deal.
telling
Oh, this is not
once you
bad.
play, you'll get hooked.
Wow.
I'm telling you, you'll get
Hear
hooked.
that, bro.
I'm telling you,
It's
bro.
not an appealing looking sport.
We gotta make a bet to where you have to play if I win. All right, Tay, pull up these questions.
Yes,
Please.
yes. Earlier in the week, I said ask us something, ask us anything, and you guys wrote in some questions, kinda. So I guess we can go down the line. How do you pull yourself out of tough times or low moments?
What would you say,
No.
Chris?
Is this like financially, mentally?
It can be whatever you want.
Okay, yes.
Whatever you like to talk.
I
Yeah,
think
lean on your chair.
it's all about, it's gonna all be about how you start, and the biggest thing for me has been being patient and kind to yourself is the number one
that's a good
thing.
one.
Because when you're in low moments, sometimes you can blame yourself. Like you know what I'm saying, I'm working on getting out of a low moment myself, and so financially speaking at least. And so, you know, even mentally, sometimes, like,
Yeah.
I'll sometimes blame myself
Especially as a man.
and be very hard on myself. You know what I mean? And that's when you kind of learn to just, like, you know, I had to tell myself, bro, God doesn't want you to be hard on yourself. God does not want you to be rude to yourself. You know what I'm saying? God wants you to learn to forgive yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to learn to speak to yourself a little bit more kinder. If you make a mistake, don't call yourself a bitch.
For
That's not
sure.
smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'll do it all the time. I'll make a mistake and be like, you fucking idiot. Like, I will literally cuss myself out. And, like, literally the Spirit's teaching me is like, bro, no, you have to talk to yourself better than that. Even if you're playing, like, you can't even. So I think the first thing that starts is you have to, like, treat yourself better in every way possible. Talking to yourself better, making sure you're going to bed at the right time, you know, eating better. Because literally, like, the body's like a car. If you treat it right, you know what I'm saying, it'll treat you right. So, and when you feel good, you know what I'm saying, you start moving differently. So whatever context you want to get out of that slump, if you start by, you know, treating yourself better, whether that's clean your room, taking a shower, you know what I'm saying, going to get a manicure, pedicure, whatever that looks like for you, I think that's a great way to start, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I would say get a routine.
Yeah.
Just it helps you get through the day. Like I remember when I had my time of down badness, my routine was like a lifesaver. Like I was a little depressed, but like I was able to just hit my routine, and I was able to, like, there were certain things in my routine I would look forward to, like my workout, for example, or like if I take a walk every day, like, and these were the good parts, and I can look forward to that. You know what I'm saying? And so it helped me stay structured. It kept me busy, and that's a good thing financially too. That's what a budget is, low key a routine as well. So like if you're
True,
financially
yeah,
down, mentally,
facts.
emotionally, whatever, but like a routine helps you. It keeps you focused, gives you discipline, and when you stick to that strictly, it helps the days go by quicker. Versus like sitting around and thinking about why I'm so down bad or whatever. Like the day drags. But if you got that routine and you're busy, and
So how do you start that? Like, how do you
I think you have to hit a bit of a rock bottom. Like maybe it's just not bad enough for you. Like I think you have to hit some, and this doesn't mean I'm about to kill myself. Rock bottom doesn't always mean like my life is in the shitter. It's just, it could just like maybe financially. So maybe like you're in so much debt and it's like, you know what, I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
Like you can, it's like
Makes you want to change.
I've been as sad as I can possibly be. It's only up from here. Or I've been as broke as I can possibly be. Like, so I think you have, for me, I had to hit some version of rock bottom. And it was like, okay, like it literally cannot be worse than this. It is now time to turn this shit around. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's, some people aren't like that. Some people are like this self-starter, super mentally strong. I'm none of those things. So I had to just hit a place of, this is as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
And then within the context of what was going on in my
No,
life.
for
at the
sure.
time. What do you think, Tay?
I really can't say too much because I struggle with this stuff, but I tend to just isolate myself, just get in my bag. It's really a mind over matter situation, so I just try to get my mind right. And once you once you just like set out a game plan and just go after it, it kind of works out from there. But once you tell yourself like that self talk, you know, you can do it and things like that, then I think it just things start to like fall into place naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You putting stuff into the air and things like that. Like even if it's little things like, oh, I'm gonna go to the car wash today, and you know I end up going to the car wash. You know, little things like that, or I'm gonna get this done by the end of this month, or you know, just setting little goals for yourself, and then still having grace if those things don't, you know, happen.
Yeah.
And the timeline you set for yourself.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess we can go into like, do y'all have, like, not comparing yourself to others, but like noticing others? Like, how do y'all deal with that in your day to day?
Luckily, like the homie's been doing the Bible study. We've been reading Ecclesiastes. I'm starting to adopt the mindset of like truly not caring about anything. Like sincerely, and instead of that,
Clarify though, because there's a
yeah. Because when I used to say that, I used to mean that used to result in me not literally not giving a fuck and just not doing anything.
Yeah.
But now it's more so. It's motivating me to do exactly what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? All in lines with God's will. So it's like, so when it comes to thinking about other people, that's something I struggle with heavily for so long. I literally have been ingrained in thinking about what other people think of me before anything else, and it would determine how I would, what decisions I would make next. And I had to first of all realize nobody cares about me, not in a bad way, but like nobody's thinking about me.
Who are you?
Who are you? Like you're not anybody. You're no one. You're not Beyonce, and even if you were, even she gets forgotten about every now and again, even if it's not that often, right? Two, then I had to realize, okay, without being selfish and self-centered, I have to move within my own given interest, self-interest, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I am responsible for myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't always think, how will they feel? I literally have to move in love. You know what I mean? Like, I just got to live a loving lifestyle to the point where it's like, I don't know if you're going to be offended by this, but I'm really being loving in everything I'm doing. Because I would literally, like, you can ask some of my friends, like, in Michigan, they would have conversations with me. They were like, why are you apologizing so much? And I'd just be like, I'm not trying to offend them. Be like, bro, didn't automatically assume you were. And that's when I realized, bro, if you just move in love, even if you did offend, you can always apologize. You know what I'm saying? So those are like, when it comes to thinking about people, you know, it's that everything's meaning, like, it doesn't matter. No one's thinking about you, and just moving in love. Because I know, bro, because like, you remember in high school when we had chapel?
Yeah.
And you would have to walk past a sea of people to get to the bathroom?
Oh, yeah.
That shit was terrifying for me.
Come to find out, the nigga when he
Them niggas wasn't even thinking about me, bro.
I read this book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. They said
yeah.
They said it's actually narcissistic. To
Yeah.
think that like, how self-centered are you that you think that niggas are actually worried about you? You know what I'm saying? And so once I read that, I was like, oh yeah,
That makes a lot of sense.
makes so much sense.
I'm the only one thinking this way.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
I think it's easy to compare to people that are in your field and are doing better, or you feel like are doing better. One thing I've learned is that everybody's faking it a little bit. And it's okay to do. I was reading this other book by 50 Cent called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter.
Is that a good book?
It is a good book.
Does it make you want to work harder?
It
I know
get-
that's the name of the book.
I mean, it's more about how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of niggas that work hard don't get anywhere. But it's like, you always need to control perception. And there's like, and you can be authentic and control perception, right? Everybody doesn't even.
Absolutely.
People think like if unless everybody know. I feel like that's another thing in the church that we think if everybody
I was
doesn't
about
know
to go
everything
there.
about you, then you're lying or you're hiding. It's like, no, everybody doesn't need to know everything, and it's okay to allow people to only see a certain side of you and still be authentic. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And so that's what he talks about in the book, like control perception, especially if you want to do a business deal. You can't have people thinking that you're weak or that
Right.
there's a
That's
weakness.
very true.
So you need to control perception.
That's very true.
And so what you'll find out is like, maybe, because I work with people, and I'm not saying this to downplay them, but I'll see how they're working. It's like, oh, I could actually do this. Actually, isn't that hard? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember, for example, small one. I remember I started using CapCut, And I was like, these niggas don't have a bunch of talent editing. It's a bunch of prompts and templates on CapCut. I'm like, holy shit, this is simple as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. But you realize that from working with people and all that good stuff. And so it's like, and sometimes they're just as lost as you. They just can control perception or they have that confidence. So understand that. Another thing I've learned, it's never as bad as you think it is. It's never as good as you think it is. You don't suck as much as you think you suck. You're not as good as you think you are.
Everything is everything.
And that's the same for everybody and everything. So it's like, when you put it that way, you think about it that way, it's easier said than done. But over time, you'll figure it out. And like, also, you're gonna not be good at stuff. Like, this is an everyday battle for me with this film shit. Cause like, I'm writing a short film right now, right? And it's like, sometimes I'm like, oh, this shit's fire as fuck. And sometimes I'm like, this is corny. And like, you know what? No matter what, in 3 years, I'll probably look back and be like, that shit was ass. No matter what. Like, it's videos I've made, I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. And then a few weeks later, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay. There's not a successful person that hasn't failed. And we've all heard this before. And you won't realize how true it is until you actually start failing. You know what I'm saying? And also, last thing, I feel like I'm going on a rant, but you will also, to the point of like social anxiety or whatever, because that was a question on, I guess I could just segue into it. There was a question, how do you get past social anxiety? When you get to know people, you're going to have your embarrassing moment. You're going to have your moment where everybody's laughing at you. That's going to happen if you're going to get close to people. So, and know what's going to happen? They're going to forget about it the next day. Like, I've had a ton of embarrassing moments, half of which probably I only remember.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, of course you want these people approval and you think they're cool, you want to hang out with them, whatever. At the end of the day, bro, you'll hang out with them and be like, that was an embarrassing moment for that person. And the next time we hang out, no one will remember. Like, it's okay. It happens. Like, and no matter what you're doing, whether it's socially, work, financially, you're going to have a failure. And you're going to learn from it, and you're going to adapt, and you're going to move on. And also, your quirks aren't failures in the tone of this conversation we're having. Like, you may think you're having a quirk, you have a quirk or a weird thing about you, think people won't like it, or that'll cause you to not have friends. And the truth is, you'll get around niggas and find out they're just as weird as you are, or they've got their quirks too. And it's like, oh, we're all a little strange. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
For me, it's like being in school and y'all are not in school anymore. It's like, dang. But also, life is just different for everybody.
Yeah.
You know? And you just gotta keep going. I think the important part is to keep going. Like, don't give up on whatever you got going on. And also, I think the culture of, like, shitting on niggas is whack as hell.
It is. Like,
man, like, he don't got no money or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
That
so
really
corny.
is like, what is the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, I feel like people should be more understanding.
Yeah.
But I understand, like, handle your business.
Right.
But also, like, life is very hard.
Yeah.
So,
Also, it just creates a hostile environment.
yeah.
1,000,000%.
And
Like,
people are really paranoid. You know what I'm saying? The whole time. Like,
yeah. Like, I went to church last weekend, Berean, and it was like a picnic situation, and it was like a lot of familiar faces, and like they have kids, and they're like maybe 1 year older than me or something like that. So like, you know, what are you doing with your life now? What are you up to?
Those
Where
questions
do you,
are...
you know,
and you can tell what they're. Some people is genuine, and some people are dicks, and you can always tell which is which.
Honestly,
when they ask
whether
you.
it's genuine or not, let's talk about something else.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm one word answers.
Yeah.
I really say nothing.
Yeah, that's
I'm
respect.
like nothing. I do
Yeah.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like, what do you want me to say? Like,
Yeah.
and, you know, afterwards. And then a lot of people, I don't want to tell my story like, oh, I dropped out for 2 years.
Yeah,
Understood.
And you don't have to either.
You know what I'm saying? For you to understand while I'm still in school.
Right.
I hate doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I just like, yeah, I'm still in school. And this man, he said to me, he was like, they're going to call it Taywood. Because you've been there so long.
Oh, no.
And I said, I actually haven't been there that long. And I just walked away.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
if I said his name, y'all, I think y'all would know.
Tell us afterward. so I can start disliking that nigga.
Fuck
he's
there.
a-
It's
he's
not
a
how
real-
it's supposed to
He's a
go.
real snarky guy. I asked my mom about it, like, should I tell him that offended me?
You should
But-
insult him next time you see him.
should
I
not.
know.
You should.
I
Fuck him.
know. I said that.
Fuck
I was like, "Are you still married?" But
No, Tay.
Yeah.
You should have fired right back at his ass.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I was being
no.
respectful. You
Nah,
know?
it's-
Hey,
Nah,
that's
way
another
to go.
thing. That's another thing.
Way to
I'm
go.
an adult now. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's what I said.
like
No.
I'm only gonna be as respectful towards you as you are to me. I'm a grown
No.
man now. This is not teenage high school
No.
before I was 21, Derek. I'm an adult male.
We on the back.
and I will
end.
have
We don't
just as-
condone this type of
I'll
behavior.
go to bat
no.
with your ass. I'll argue with you, and if you
I
talk
agree.
crazy to me, I'll talk crazy to you.
I disagree.
I'm a
I
grown
feel
man.
I just don't want to explain myself to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not in my corner.
That's
Yeah.
respect.
Or
No, that's
like,
yeah.
You know, it's just what are you asking for?
Yeah.
So you can
You
go
don't
home
actually give a fuck.
and get on the phone.
Mm.
Oh, I saw Tay today at church, and that was so unnecessary. So I think we should be more encouraging in that aspect. Like you could have said, you know, keep going.
Yeah,
Or
bro.
whatever.
I don't think niggas realize how far simple encouragement goes
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
any little thing. Like niggas may not know anything about what you got going on, but if they just simply go, bro, I can't wait to see you succeed. Like
Something
that's
like
nice. Like that stuff like that. Like I be thinking about stuff like that all the time.
Bro, that was a for bro. It was tough for me originally. Niggas, you know, I'm doing film and shit. I want to be an artist or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
niggas,
it's
I remember in the
real.
beginning, niggas would give me looks. It would get awkward, and that shit used to really hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just turned it into motivation, bro. Like, and it's kind of healthy because now I'm at a point where I'm transitioning from being the type of person that's only motivated by people's disbelief and to
Yeah,
someone
for
that's
sure.
motivated by self-belief. Like, because I realize with myself, like, let's say, like, even if I'm hooping, you can be talking shit and I'm locked in.
Yeah.
But if no one's talking shit,
Kind of.
and you know what I'm saying? It's like, but I don't like that about myself. Like, and
Right.
it's like that for me in my life. Like,
Yeah.
and so yeah, but when I got my job, you got to eat those words.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing? I'm a filmmaker now. Like, I do this. Like, this is my job. I'm on payroll. It's my 9 to 5. Oh wow, I'm so proud of you. And you come to find out, a lot of those people had the same dreams you did, and they couldn't get it done. And so they're 50 years old, with full of regrets, doing some bullshit ass job that they don't like. And that's why they're hating on you. And even if you fail, let's say you give it your all, let's say I give it my all, and I don't become a filmmaker, that's okay. Because I can die knowing I gave it my best shot and it
Right.
didn't work
Yeah.
out. Don't be a person that, because let's say I tried till I'm 30. By the time I'm 34, I can be back out of school and ready to work somewhere else. I'll still be young as fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But these 50, 60, 70-year-olds that have been sitting behind a desk their whole life, and not hating on people that do that kind of work,
Yeah.
if you like it and you're
Yeah.
enjoying it, or if you just decided that you put money over enjoyment, fair enough. But a lot of times they're fucking miserable.
Yeah.
And they hate on people that decide to pursue things that are going to make them happy.
Yep.
So, fuck them niggas in a healthy way.
Not
And,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also think another problem with comparing or being motivated and stuff like that as a young adult are people who didn't go to college, like straight out of high school, just went into life. I think that, you know, some people are just naturally gifted. Some people are just gonna excel in
Yeah.
other areas really easily, like,
Yeah.
and that's okay. That there's nothing wrong with that, but I think that's where we fall short. Because also, like what you're saying is, something about being in disbelief by words or something,
Discouraged? Or?
just discouraged by some feedback or something like that. You're in a different setting, like, so now you have to really be who you are. You're not in the
Yeah.
same setting, so that's like a lot of confidence.
You got to surround yourself with people that are doing what you're doing too.
Yeah, like-minded folks and stuff like that.
You'll find if you're chasing a dream and you surround yourself with niggas that are chasing a same dream or their dream, that all that negativity goes away. You know what I'm saying? Like in college, everybody I was around wasn't necessarily a creative, and they didn't always think that this creative shit is worth it or it makes sense or is gonna pan out. But then I graduated, I got my job, I started surrounding myself with creative people, and it's like all that positive feedback, support, constructive criticism, all that stuff was there. The stuff I've been looking for this whole time. So it's like, you know, if you want to be a musician, find musicians to work with. Creativity doesn't have to be this solo pursuit, this solo journey. Like collaborate, do that stuff. You can learn, you make friends, you get a support system, and it'll change everything. Like,
Also, you want to take yourself seriously to a certain extent.
Yes.
Like like even now, I still don't tell people that I make music because I still feel a way about the type of stuff that I make, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you have to.
Big up yourself.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
have to tell people like, no, like this is what I do, this, or even I'm aspiring to do this, because people will only take you as seriously as you take yourself. You know?
Absolutely.
You'll meet the rare few that take you more serious than you do yourself, and that's always great. But they'll always tell you like, I remember when I was in college, someone was like, bro, and this, whatever. They were like, bro, why don't you play on the team? I was like, bro, I'm not that nice. And they looked at me with such sadness. They were like, bro, why don't you believe in yourself? And my heart broke. Cause like my hoop dreams are over with. Like, I'm not thinking about that. But they looked at me and they looked confused.
Yeah.
Like they were genuinely confused.
Yeah.
And they've only seen me hoop once. I'm inconsistent. I'll have one good game and move on to the worst game. But they literally looked at me like, they were like, wait a minute, you don't believe? And that's hooping. This is a completely different thing. So it's just like, you have to take yourself, especially when, you're in that creative space, really in anything, but I say creative space because that junk is, like Derek said, niggas are going to look at you different.
Yeah.
Even still, when there's hella creatives all over the place, niggas are going to look at you different. I still look at myself different sometimes. But it's like, you have to take yourself a lot more. Like Tyler Creator said, I love when he talks like this. He's like, bro, like I'm my favorite cheerleader, bro. Even there are beats that niggas hated, and I'm just like, no, you're tripping. This is good shit. Like this is, you know what I'm saying? So that's, you kind of gotta, without being arrogant, keeping your humility, obviously, but like take yourself seriously, bro.
Absolutely.
Take yourself. You're a real person doing real things, man. Like,
Bro, I've told this story before, but I shot this concert. It was probably 45 people there. It wasn't shoulder to shoulder. A lot of room to walk around. This guy named Taj Keaton. He's got like maybe 10, 12,000 on social media at the time. But that doesn't always translate into, that many people in person.
Right.
But he performs like he's Travis Scott, right? And there's a moment where he goes, hey man, like y'all see me up here, you see how I perform. He's like, this took years of failure and building my confidence. And he's talking to like 25 people. And he's performing like he's Travis Scott at Coachella. And even if it was a little amount of people in there, nobody was in there like, oh, this guy's cool. Everybody respected what he was doing because he was all in and he was confident in himself and he was giving it his all. And everybody respected it. Yeah. They may not have been bobbing their heads or jumping up and down, but they respected what he was doing. And if you take yourself that seriously, people will as well.
And that points to something like my dad used to tell me. It didn't just occur to me because we had to clean out the laundry room because the dryer was messed up. My dad wanted me to sweep behind the dryer or whatever, and I swept behind. I thought I had everything, and I realized, there's some stuff still underneath the dryer. I had to do this whole thing of moving and stuff like that. And it reminded me what he used to tell me when I was a kid. He used to be like, bro, don't half-ass stuff. Like, you got to do it thoroughly and the whole way. It's like niggas can tell if you're just doing this just to be cool. Like, if that nigga was up there trying to keep it cool, niggas would have been like, but he did, he gave it his all. He was probably up there yelling, sweating or whatever for just 25 people. And he didn't half-ass it. So it's like, do it the whole way.
And shit, we learning that with this podcast.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's times where I don't want to collaborate on a post because I know, it's not as cool as the other ones. There's not that many likes. You know what I'm saying? Like, even now, as we are doing this, we're consistent with the post. But there's definitely another gear we can lock into.
Facts.
But it's about the mindset. And
You know what I'm saying?
And we're not putting up pressure on ourselves because we do this for fun. We enjoy this.
Yeah.
But it's like we're going through that right now at this moment with this piece of content that you're acting with right now. As you listen, we are learning the lessons we're talking about right now.
Living what we learning, nigga.
Indeed.
Yeah, I was on a Zoom meeting with this guy. We're doing like some tribute for my mom later on this year.
Oh, nice.
And my mom really talks about me like I'm the tech guru of the century. And so
Yeah, that's crazy.
My mom be doing that shit too. Shouts out to moms.
Love you, girl. He was like, yeah, so what do you do? I was like, I don't do much. My mom was like, no, she has a podcast. I was like, okay. Like, yeah, there's some things I just don't consider, qualities or accomplishments.
Yeah.
But
And take some time to reflect on what you've accomplished too. I remember I was in a similar situation. Like, I was with someone. I was like, this. He was like, oh, no, yeah, he does this. He's done that. I was like, holy shit. Like, I've actually got some shit under my belt. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, Like, it's easy to always look for the next thing when you're creating. Like, yeah, like, that's cool for the moment you get the likes, the comments, the shares. And for maybe 48 hours, you have this moment of satisfaction. And it's like, okay,
You have to genuinely want to do that. Like
Yeah.
we are.
Exactly. And then it gets old, and now you're looking for, it's like a high.
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing. As an artist, you want attention. That's it. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But as an artist, you feel like you have to give something in exchange. And that's why you take your shit so seriously. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you just have to understand you got to take yourself seriously. Yeah. Otherwise, no one else will.
This person asked, I've been at my job for 3 years, and I am contemplating if I should stay even though I am unhappy. I have passions outside of my job, but I'm not confident if I pursue them, I will be successful.
I gotta pee. I'm gonna let y'all answer that.
All right.
I'm gonna come back and answer it though.
Should I stay working and try and start putting more time into my passion and see where it goes, or quit altogether to have more energy and focus on what brings me happiness?
I don't want to act like I've been in your exact situation. But I can empathize in a way. When I first graduated, I was struggling like a motherfucker to find a job. But I was like, this film shit's gotta work, it's gotta work. But I had to become realistic and realize I can't just not have a money flow. So I had to go get a warehouse job, right? I didn't like it, but I had to be, money has to come in, right? So you may be at a point, I don't know how old you are. I'm assuming you're young if you're listening to the pod. But it's like, you may just need to have money. You gotta make sure your car is paid off, whatever. So don't think, just unless you're in a financial position where you can quit and you're sitting on X amount of money that allows you to kind of take a break and focus on something, do that. Or maybe you feel this burning desire to drop everything and only focus on your passions. Don't ignore that either.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're in this in-between place. So that being said, be realistic, understand that you need money. But try as much as you can to let that job be a catalyst or a jumping off point for your passion. So I have an uncle, his name is Cecil Bernard, one of the best painters in Atlanta. It took him years, like a decade, 2 decades, before he really was able to live off his art. Now he lives in a big ass fucking house on a hill, full of art. He's worked with so many famous people, athletes, musicians, congressmen, lawyers, doctors have his shit.
He had a day job?
No,
Oh,
he said fuck that shit. He did raw dog. I'm struggling till I make it.
That's right.
But he told me, whatever your job is, make sure it allows you to work on your passion or whichever you want to be doing. So I'm fortunate. I have a film job and I do film. I got lucky. But there was a time where I'm grinding at this warehouse and I'm going to do, literally, I remember getting off work on a Friday from the warehouse, going to the airport and flying out to shoot an interview. You see what I'm saying? My warehouse job allowed me to do that. If I would have worked at a McDonald's, I probably would have had to work a Saturday night or a Sunday, and I wouldn't have been able to do that.
You didn't pay at McDonald's.
For sure. But either the point being, my warehouse job gave me some cash flow and allowed me to actually literally fly to another state to do what I love. You see what I'm saying? So that would be my thing. If you feel this burning desire to drop everything and you know you're going to lock in, then do that. But you sound like you're unsure. So don't be an idiot. Keep that cash flow. And then make sure your job is allowing you to focus on your passion.
I say sleep less, go to work and stay up all night and do
Be
it.
tired. Catch up on sleep on the weekends.
Get hungry or...
You're going to have to make a sacrifice. You're not going to be able to have everything.
If it's your real passion and you're considering quitting your job, then I think you should just put in those extra hours. I mean, I feel like that's how all successful people make anything happen. Is put in extra hours. So whatever your passion is, and just see how it goes. And if you really like it, then just quit.
Yeah. That's what happened to me. Like when I was in the seminary and I was struggling with that whole thought process, it wasn't until I was up. I literally was up until the sun came up making music. I would not do homework, and I was making, like, I would put away homework just making music. And I have a GPA to worry about. I'm, on a freaking check, and I'm just enjoying the music process. So it's like, and then, but also with that, I had to really pray about that thing too, because, and that's what I'm suggesting to you, that you really pray about it, because you never know if this is something God has placed on your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes we don't think about, man. We just think about it as a passion. Or this could be something that God has placed on your heart to, you know, further His work. Maybe you never know. So it's like, but definitely don't be afraid to do it. Like I sometimes I regret leaving seminary only because of the money situation, because I feel like I could have done it smarter. But also, I don't, when I think about it in the totality thing, I'm like, man, I'm more of myself than I've ever been ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Prime example.
So I'm loving this question because it's very, you know, relatable, because that's a scary thing.
Scary,
bro.
We acknowledge how scary what you're doing.
Bro, I was studying theology for 4 years. Didn't really want to do it. I was enjoying the study. I was preparing to work for it, and it wasn't until that time when it seems too late that I found this passion that I really wanted to do. And so I understand that fear is like, dang, I feel like I wasted all this time, this, that, and the third. Bro, screw all of that. You pray about it. If the Lord really, you know, allows that to grow, man, go after that thing, because I can guarantee you won't regret it for real.
And guess what Christian's doing now? Christian is getting paid as an associate pastor. This job allowed him to get a fire-ass whip. You know what I'm saying? And he still gets to do music.
That's true.
So he regrets the way he went about it.
And what's so crazy about that is the associate pastor job is, because I still don't want to be a pastor. I say that all the time. And niggas be looking at me so confused when they heard that I left for being a pastor and now I'm a pastor. But what's so interesting about it, and I low-key prayed about it, it's like, the way that this type of pastoring is, it fits exactly the way, if I wanted to do pastoring, I would want to do pastoring.
And look at that. Look at that.
So you never know what could happen just by like stepping out there. You know what I'm saying? On faith, you know, through prayer. God could really work it out where you're, you know, I'm not living the most ideal life that I want to live, but I'm low-key basically living it more ideally than I was before. So it's like, you know, you just never know what you could be, how you could be changing your life. Like, obviously, I miss my niggas in Michigan. I think about them niggas all the time. There are things that I wish I did a little bit better. Yada, yada, yada. It's always going to be like that.
But he had to make a sacrifice.
Bro, what I told myself, I was like, I'm going to regret something regardless. So even if I stayed in Michigan, I would have regretted, you know, not coming back home. You know what I'm saying? I came back home. Sometimes I regret, you know what I'm saying? Not staying. So you're going to regret it regardless. Everything's meaningless. Pray about it and go after that thing if it's the Lord's will, for real.
And do you think Christian didn't have naysayers?
Oh my God!
I was one of them.
Derek was one of them.
I thought it was a retarded idea,
bro.
To what? Drop out of school?
Yes.
When I told Derek, I said, Derek, I think I want to be a producer. He said, oh, thank God, I thought you wanted to be a rapper. That was going to be embarrassing. Now I'm rapping and producing.
And now he's doing both.
Wow,
it's going well.
That's crazy.
I was a
You're
naysayer.
just gonna keep it real with you.
No,
I was a naysayer.
but you expect those things. But Derek wasn't the only one. The homies had a conversation with me, and it wasn't.
We
even
tried to have an intervention for this nigga.
Right.
We talked separately from him. We gotta convince this nigga
that
to
I
do
didn't
this.
know. But you know that makes sense because we do that type of stuff. But it's cool because I know it's not from a place of you can't do it. It's from a place of love, because them same homies who were like who did that are the same homies being like, bro, how often are you in the studio every week? My niggas were literally like,
because he got real friends.
What type of hours are you clocking in?
Get you some.
So it's so many things.
And we come to support his church.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's so many things that, bro, make sure you have real niggas around you. You know what I'm saying? Because the same nigga that was speaking down on it was also the nigga that said, bro, you are exactly who you think you are.
That's easier said than done.
It's easier said than done.
Niggas, because we're fortunate to have gone to the same schools.
Yeah,
and
that's true. That's very true.
Hey, you may have to find some new
never know
niggas.
what the story
We don't have to do that, but you may have to do that.
No, yeah.
And also, as tight as our group is, we have our own groups outside of the homies.
That's true.
That cater to the things we need that we don't get from our group.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
Don't think that one group of friends or one person has to be the end all be all. Like, Christian has friends that we're not even associated with that he can go to and enjoy a certain kind of environment.
Never let them niggas see them niggas.
Oh my goodness.
And that's okay. That's fine. I have a friend group or people outside of the homies that I get a certain vibe from that I enjoy that I can't get from this group. That don't mean he's not my real friends.
Right.
That don't mean they wouldn't do anything for me.
Right.
We don't have to be each other's end all be all to be solid. You know what I'm saying? All the homies aren't creative. So I'm not gonna do all my creative shit with, or I don't expect them to like all the shit I do.
Family oriented though, like
That's true too.
it's kind of like I'll see you when I see you, nigga.
Yes,
That's
yes,
true too.
yes,
That's true
yes,
too.
Yes.
But yeah,
But y'all get what I'm
Yeah.
saying though.
Yeah.
Case in point, this nigga made a leap. Niggas was doubting his ass, and it worked out. And we had to eat our words.
Mind you, working out looks very different from what you may think.
Exactly.
I haven't even gotten my first placement. I'm not working with any artist.
It's all about
Growth. Because I'm making music, and it's decent music, and I've never done that before. It's just about where you were before into where you're gonna end up going.
Exactly.
Cause no, I'm still I'm back. I'm actually regressed. I've regressed.
Either one works out.
Yeah, no, digress doesn't work at all. Regressed, I don't think that's the right word. Back financially. You know what I'm saying? I was living on my own, now I'm living with my folks. You know what I mean? So it's like, but it's more so about just how are you enjoying life? If you don't like this job, I definitely think you should leave it.
Yeah.
Pray about it.
Within
obviously.
reason.
Within reason.
You
Because
have
you
to
need
live.
So maybe you need to take some time and just save
3
up.
years.
Yeah.
3
Ooh,
years.
3 years is a long time.
You know what I'm saying?
3 years is a long
Make a
time.
plan.
If you want something different, I think you should go for it. Because hesitating on something that you know you may enjoy,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
it's gonna.
Man.
Because the other parts of your life aren't going to stop.
Nah,
You're not going to
bro.
stop talking to men or women.
Nope.
You're not going to stop yourself from having that boyfriend or
You're not
girlfriend.
gonna stop getting older.
And then what happens when it's 10 years from now and you're still wondering, but now I'm married, I got kids, or I got a house together, I just bought this new car.
Bro, you gotta make it happen, bro. You
gotta-
never know
now
what's
is
gonna
the
happen.
time.
Bro, read Ecclesiastes, bro, honestly.
Read
If
that
you
shit.
read Ecclesiastes, it'll probably motivate you to do it, bro.
Yes,
Because
indeed.
you'll realize all of this is gonna burn regardless.
Yeah.
This is all very meaningless.
Yes.
That could also discourage you.
It could. But let it motivate you,
But
bro.
at some point, you got to have some motherfucking resolve.
Honestly, bro.
You got to stop being a
Put the
wuss.
balls on the table, family.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
Drop
yeah.
them joints. Or metaphorically, if you're a woman.
You know what I'm saying? Put it on the table.
Also, Tay made a point earlier. Fuck, I forgot my point. What did she say? It was so good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no! Oh, make a plan, write it down. That's what I want to say. Write that shit. Tay said things aren't always going to happen on the timetable that you wanted to. Let me tell you something, especially if you're working with the Lord. I feel like I've said this too, but I'll say it again. Last year, I had a list of things I wanted to accomplish, and they weren't happening exactly when I wanted to. And I would get discouraged, and I kind of forgot about them. But then I came back at the end of the year, and I was like, oh shit. This happened months in advance. Like, a car is the easy one. I didn't think I would get a new car till like this year or 2024.
Right.
A few months after I wrote that down, I lost my car. And the old one my parents had. And then the one I have now is everything I wanted. I got it before, and I was able to pay it off. Right?
Oh, praise
and it
God.
all happened before I thought it would happen. There were other things at the beginning of the year I wanted to like do a certain kind of project.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen at that time. But at the end of the year, it's like, oh shit, I did that too.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, so many things that I thought I gave up on, or I just forgot about, or I just locked in and started doing, they actually happened. It just didn't happen on the timetable I wanted to.
And you know what that's about? That's about realizing also that everybody else's story is not going to be your story. You're going to
Yes.
expect, because you've seen certain things from certain people,
Yeah.
for things for you to go a certain way. That's not going to happen because your story is completely different from other niggas' story. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be okay with setbacks. You know what I'm saying? You have to be okay with things looking different from the way it look different from niggas who may be even in your field. You know what I'm saying? Even if everybody else has a uniform way of doing things, bro, you got to be okay with things going different because this is your story. This is your thing. This is your life. You're a real person. You got to do this. Honestly, bro, pray about it. Prayerfully, the Lord, just do it, bro. Honestly, I mean, you gotta, bro, and tell us what happens when you do.
Facts.
Yeah. I think it's important to be like intentional with your life.
Mm-hmm.
Just something I struggle with as well. Like maybe for 2 weeks I'll intentionally like make sure I take my clothes off in the closet and hang them up. Maybe, or like you just
Little
have to
stuff
be
helps.
intentional
Yes. Yeah.
with little things in your
Making
life.
your bed.
And
Yeah.
like I know we often talk like, oh yeah, I would like to do that, or I would like to do that, but like at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, I don't practice it like I should. But my cousin actually put me on like just little short term goals. It doesn't have to be anything major. Like I guess you could say New Year's resolutions, but you just want to be in a different place than you were the year before. Just
Heck
be
yeah.
real intentional about little stuff like making your bed every day or something
Right.
just under your belt so that you're just constantly like elevating.
Right.
And it will work out. I mean, yeah.
Heck yeah. Last thing I would say. as a creative, it's easy to look at niggas whose path already have a set structure and think that you're lagging behind. So, for example, like, in a way, I admire my homies like Sean, Caleb, Don, Jordan. Because them niggas work hard as fuck. They're in grad school. They're fucking killing it. And I would always feel like I'm lagging behind. But I had to remember, grad school is a structure.
Yep.
There's checks and balances. There's milestones. And them niggas got to work hard.
Yep.
Them niggas work hard. Some of the hardest working niggas I've ever met in my life. Right? So I'm not saying that to take away. But their path has a structure that's worked and it's set in stone for hundreds of years of milestones, checks, balances. When you're doing this art shit, you have to make your own structure.
Bro.
And that's difficult. Along with the growth, you have to create. So like not only are you learning and building, but you also are creating your own structure while you do it. So yeah, you may have a admire and learn from and be motivated by the fact that your friends around you are making this progress, but also understand that specifically if you're doing this art shit, that your path isn't going to be like theirs, like Christian said, and you're creating your own structure and discipline.
And those also may not be your friends, too. Because, like, if they're not supporting you
Yes.
in whatever you're doing, it's just maybe
You gotta have a support system.
Yeah.
All these rappers that are like, I did it by myself, that's cap.
It's much cap.
They're talking about their self-discipline and their drive. They're not talking about the actual work.
Right.
There's
Everybody
a
needs
team of
supporters.
niggas around them.
And they don't have to be fans of the work.
Yeah.
Just supporters of the work.
Exactly.
Niggas who, even if it's something small, niggas willing to repost and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Little shit.
Don't expect these supporters to be fans. Don't expect niggas close to you to be fans of your work. The niggas close to you are not meant to be fans of your work. You know what I'm saying? They're not meant to be appreciative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
They can have different tastes.
They
Doesn't
may
mean they're
hate
not your
it,
friend.
but if they're willing to just repost, put a fire emoji underneath the thing or add a nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like if Christian made heavy metal, I wouldn't like it at all.
Go ahead, man.
But if he's got an audience and people are messing with it, then I can support him.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I can guarantee you the music that I make, I don't think many of the homies will like. But I know for sure if I ever get to the point where I have a show, niggas gonna come through.
Precisely.
We'll be supporting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the next question? Or are we done?
I think about the rap.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. Well, if you're pulling into your driveway or finished doing the dishes, washing your clothes, we are so glad that we could be your background noise for this hour or however long it is.
2.5.
But thank you so much for listening and supporting us. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay encouraged. Vote and just do the best you can. Put your best foot forward, and we love you.
Peace.